Listen, think about the best bacon cheeseburger you've ever had in your life. This video is going to be better than that. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. I am Steven and I'm back again. Thanks for stopping in. And today we're going to get into some of the newest, strangest conspiracies blowing people's minds all across the interwebs. Real quick, if you never subbed, please sub, like the video, and go buy a shirt. Other than that, we're not going to mess around. Let's roll the footage.
What if Area 51 was actually the gateway to the real world, and we were all living inside Area 51 without even knowing it? This idea might seem ludicrous, but it has been the subject of a theory increasingly discussed within online conspiracy communities. 9 months ago, a peculiar message emerged on an obscure internet forum, capturing my attention despite its relative invisibility in cyberspace. The responses to this message were even more unsettling, triggering a cascade of theories, sometimes whimsical, but often intriguing. Comments suggested that Area 51 was not simply a secret military base, but indeed the veil between our perceived reality and the outside world. The theories are as numerous as they are fanciful, but they all pose one crucial question. What if our reality is not what we think it is? For 4 months, I dove headfirst into the dark and often perplexing universe of conspiracy theories, sifting through the most popular hypotheses and developing my own theories. In-depth research was conducted, enigmatic data was gathered, specialists were consulted, and finally a possible explanation emerged, an explanation that challenges preconceived ideas.
So what they're getting at is we're all living in a simulation, as a lot of people think, and it's all operating out of Area 51. Okay, well, that sounds great, and go ahead and let me the fuck out, because I want to go ahead and check out Laughlin, Nevada, thanks to Danny Mullen.
So check this out. P. Diddy on Biggie's car when the night Biggie got shot, they put a sticker on like the tires.
I seen that.
And it marked which one was Biggie's. And then that's when he got assassinated.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Watch this clip.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died. It's been over 25 years. Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived. It supported all of Bad Boy. His catalog. Clearly, a Biggie Smalls verse.
Pretty much all of them died from either a heart attack, except for Kim.
Mace is not dead. There's no all of them died. Only Craig Mack died of a heart attack, and Biggie died, obviously, so that was a stupid thing to say. But what about this sticker on the tire thing? Puff had Biggie killed? You know what? I believe it. I always thought Puff was a scumbag. I never liked him ever in my whole entire life. So, yep, he's responsible. If it happened and it's bad, Puffy's responsible.
Mormon crickets have infested Elko, Nevada. They're covering people's homes and businesses. Imagine looking outside and seeing this. When cars run them over, more run into the streets to eat the corpses, which only makes the problem worse. They've made the road extra slippery and left the pavement stained red. They make popping sounds when run over.
No shit, they do.
This is my worst nightmare.
Shoveling snow's annoying. Imagine having to go outside in the morning and shovel your crickets.
I got a rabbit hole for you to dive into. And if you don't feel like diving into it, I do have a video that's posted. It's already uploaded where you can watch the full story. But back in 2005, 2006, maybe 2007, YouTube was not the same. People used to talk about the weird side of YouTube. All of YouTube was weird back then.
It was so fun.
There were no guidelines. People were posting the craziest stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There was a Russian guy who was fertilizing chicken eggs with his own swimmers. He was trying to recreate life, and he was successful. People were able to watch 3 babies be made. They don't look like babies that we would expect them to look like. This guy was always really frantic, and he never showed his face, but we could recognize his hands. He was always posting in different rooms like he was on the run. People were saying that he was actually being looked for by Russian authorities for crimes against humanity. He was wanted by world authority figures for breaking like universal laws. Supposedly there is a world peace treaty, or like a world treaty that prevents people from interbreeding species. It's called homunculus. I have the full video, I already posted it, or you can just dive down this creepy ass rabbit hole by yourself.
Well, now it's probably just part of the LGBTQA plus community and it's not a big deal. But that's not the point. So this guy was busting nuts in chicken eggs and it was having chicken human baby things. That doesn't sound real, but what I do know is next time I get eggs, I'm gonna let you guys know how it goes.
I will wonder, dude.
That's wild. If you know what that's all about, please fill me in because I would love to know. We're not gonna overthink it, but we're not gonna underthink it either. Like, what the fuck was that?
People who expose the truth.
One of the most amazing things that I have ever seen at the bottom of the ocean. It was while filming for Blue Planets in the Gulf of Mexico. I noticed there's something out in the distance. Couldn't tell exactly what, but it looked like a dark band. And as we approached it, the dark band became a donut. I saw this donut. It was black in the center. What the heck is that? And so as we get closer and closer to it, I noticed that the black band had what appeared to be kind of water lapping against the shoreline. This band was a ring of mussels. And inside the ring of mussels was a lake. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm already underwater. And we went out over the water in this lake and tried to descend in it and bounced off. It was so super saline and dense that the submarine couldn't go down in it. We literally bounced off, and as we bounced off, we sent ripples heading back to the shoreline. It was insane.
I mean, that's a two-parter. What the hell's going on with the lake underneath the sea or the ocean? I mean, sometimes certain waters won't mix together, but I've never heard of such a thing. That sounds insane. And second off, if you ever discover some shit that you don't think people want to know, do not get in a fucking helicopter. Oh, they're having a little purge. Having a little purge down at CERN. It's fun for the kids, you know?
What the? Fuck! Shit! Fuck!
Dude, they killed that poor woman.
They're gonna kill that poor woman.
Scary facts you didn't know. There are at least 10 recorded cases of someone dying from laughter.
Well,
At some point in time, a stranger has thought of killing you.
oh, probably more than once.
Selfies are responsible for more deaths every year than sharks.
That makes sense.
There's a shack called the Devil's Toy Box in Louisiana, and people who go in there supposedly lose their minds.
It's full of dildos.
When a person dies, they have 7 minutes of brain activity left in which they see a dreamlike sequence of their memories. Most serial killers are born in November.
7 minutes seems like an excruciatingly long amount of time to be dead and still thinking. But on another note, I was also born in November, so this might be a good time for everybody to go ahead and like and subscribe. Oh.
Oh, your rings real?
No.
Oh. So it was scripted. You knew you was getting them.
Of course, all day, every day.
Yeah. So y'all knew you was getting them.
Well,
I did.
Yeah.
It was a script.
that was
True
confidence.
story. No, I never told the story. In the first round, my first championship, in the first round, I forget who we were playing. I hear Phil Jackson tell Gary Vitti, hey, get us some hotels in Indiana, because that's where we're going to play in the finals. This was like before game one in the finals, and like it didn't hit me until we got to Indiana.
Or maybe he just knew that they were the best team in the East.
I don't know. I'm just telling you what I heard the man say. We haven't even played one game yet. They were back to me. He's like, yeah, get us some, hotel rooms in Indiana. I don't want to stay in Indiana. I want to stay on the, outside of Indiana.
Are you happy they cast you in the role of Shaquille O'Neal?
Yes, I'm very, very happy. And I'm glad we beat Reggie Miller.
I think he was just messing around. It probably is rigged, but I don't think that's anything worth hanging our hats on, so to speak. I think he was speaking in jest. The most shocking part is the out-of-town teams don't have just like a hotel that they're automatically at all the time. I would have thought that. Other than that, I think he was just shacked in a fool.
10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains. And I can immediately feel, because you all will have implants.
2030. I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual kind of the most common interface. Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
There's no surprise there. They say, oh, what's his nuts over there? Klaus Schwab is retiring. Old boy stepping down. Had enough of striking fear into the hearts of many. He's 86 years old, which I was surprised to hear. 86 and has some heart trouble. So he's going to go ahead and kick back and relax. Enjoy his golden years. But that aside, what the fuck does the WF even do? WEF? What do they even do? Legitimately, what do they do? I know they scare the shit out of people and say a bunch of wild shit and have conferences, but do they have companies that make these things? What do they literally do besides scare the shit out of people? I think that's the business they're in, scaring the shit out of people, and really they don't do shit else, but they just want you to fucking think, be fucking afraid, be very afraid. That's it. That's the business they're in. Scaring the shit out of you and me. And that's it. They don't fucking do anything. Hey, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna fuck you right up. Know about that. And then they just sit around and let you think about it, and that's what really fucks you up. Thinking about the shit they say. But really they're just at the bar drinking, laughing, be like, these dumb fucks really believe us. Oh my god. They're fucking so stupid. That's the business they're in. That's the fucking business they're in. And it's a good business. It's a good business. I'm a little envious of that business, and I would like to get involved. If there's somewhere I could put my application into the WEF just to say a bunch of fucked up shit to people and scare them, I'd like to do that. That's all I'm saying. I'm telling you, I've told you in other videos, hey, whoever, I'm ready to sell my soul today. I'll sell out so fucking quick. Cut the check. Give me the contract. I'll take Klaus's spot tomorrow.
How dare you?
Okay, before I even play this video, he puffs microphone a lot. It has nothing to do with me. It's still super interesting, but you're gonna wish he didn't do that, and so do I. But it's still a good piece of information going on here.
Pretty sure everyone knows what the purge is, but did y'all know that there was a real life purge? Those who don't know what the purge is, basically just one night of every year where all crime is legal. This event right here lasted for 7 days. Let's get into it. Ancient festival of Saturnalia lasted for an entire week every year. People would celebrate the end of winter. Only rule was that there were no rules, resulting in an entire week of non-stop partying, feasting, drinking, and debauchery. During this week of intoxication, crime was naturally rampant. Drunken fights, robbery, vandalism, and even murder. However, things seemed to get even darker, as ritual human sacrifices often became part of the festivities. Nobody was ever punished for the crimes for the week of Saturnalia, making it 14 times worse than the purge. The purge lasted for only one night, 12 hours to be exact. This lasted for 7 days. Just think about that real quick. Much like the purge, it served as a secret function for the Roman Empire's government. People still celebrate this holiday today, obviously without the killing, I think. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Peace.
I think he needs to practice saying his P's better without puffing into the microphone. And secondly, I think that sounds like a great time and we need to get some politicians to start lobbying to make this a thing.
Does this guy know how to party or what?
Almost everyone on TikTok, especially the creepy side of TikTok, has heard this song play. But not many people know the sad and disturbing story behind this song and its creator. Tiptoe Through the Tulips was released in 1968 by American musician Tiny Tim. When the song was first released, it didn't have the same creepy connotations surrounding it that it does now. This would be changed during the last live performance of the song. On September 28, 1996, he suffered a miniature heart attack while performing at a music festival. After this incident, his doctors would tell him that he was no longer healthy enough to perform on stage. He ignored the advice of doctors and scheduled another event at a women's club in Minnesota the very next month. Right before the performance, he would tell his wife that he wasn't feeling well. Despite this, he went on stage. While performing the last number of the evening, he suffered a major heart attack and died on stage in front of the crowd. The song he was performing was Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
What do you think? That is very wild to put a face to that song for me, because now I know what song I have to replace constantly in these videos because it's a copyright strike on YouTube. That's a wild piece of information, man. What do you think?
Do these images make you uncomfortable? If they do, this is a concept called...
Bro, she kind of looks like them. Like the girl, kind of looks like not even being mean, but she kind of does, is all.
Uncanny valley, where people have a strange, uneasy feeling when they look at robots that are too lifelike, or anything that looks or acts human, but there's something off about them. This concept was introduced in the 70s by a professor at the Tokyo Institute of Technology named Masahiro Mori. He coined the term uncanny valley to describe his observation that as robots appear more human-like, they become more appealing, but only to a certain point. Let me know in the comments if you experience this.
Like, what happened to weird? Like, can't something just be weird? Yeah, it's fucking weird. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it doesn't need a name. Every single thing doesn't need a name. That's a fucking weird thing. So, yeah, it makes you a little uncomfortable. Look at weird shit. Like, come on. Let's see, like, everything doesn't gotta be a big deal. She makes me uncomfortable. A lot of things make me uncomfortable because it's fucking weird.
Did this man just witness a real giant? On October 23rd, TikToker RB Diesel posted a video from a remote location in Oregon where he claimed to have seen what appeared to be a giant looking out of a stone door high up on a cliff face just before it closed. Check this out.
There, right up there. That thing was open. It opened completely up and then it closed back up. And there's a little slot in it right up there. You can see that little slot where it looked like somebody was staring out of. Dude, giants are freaking real. I don't care what anybody says.
This video has since gone viral, and over the past weekend, he and his wife, along with a group of friends, went back to investigate.
The group dropped off. We were followed by 2 white government trucks that the wife and I took off up in the hills, and we did lose and come back down. I know what I think it is. This looks like it was just set in there.
After losing these unmarked trucks, they managed to hike up there, but had some strange things happen.
Hike down the road, we're going to get up there, we're going to get what we need to get done. It's about a mile back, 2 miles up or whatever, we got to cut across. Right now the dog is right above me. Did you hear that? Yeah, but that was a big thump.
Now, another TikToker who lived nearby decided to drive out to the location, and here's what they found.
That looks wild wherever it's at.
So, did RB Diesel really find the home of a giant? Or some kind of opening to a secret facility? Just what is going on here?
First off, if you're getting chased by government trucks, you're not fucking losing them. They're gonna get your ass and tell you something, or you're not losing them. And then you just made your way back. That didn't happen. It did look like a door though, so I do find it interesting, and it did look like a little peephole. Maybe it was Sasquatch's house. And Sasquatch is probably sick of people coming around pretending it's gonna give him beef jerky, so he doesn't fucking want you there.
The story is, this kid in college was walking and he was just like a normal kid, and this like jock guy started to and then he pushed him like super hard, and he like hit his head.
Oh no.
And then like woke up, he's like, oh my gosh, that hurt so bad. and then just went on to class and stuff. Goes into class, and he sees this really beautiful girl, basically was pursuing her, and she like had a bunch of bad relationships or whatever. Finally, a couple months later, they ended up dating. Long story short, they got married, super in love, they had kids, he had a job, all this is great, right? He said that like every night he would go into his kids' rooms and like read him a story, all this stuff, you know. And then one night, after leaving the kids' room, he was looking at this lamp in his living room, and he's like, there's something wrong with that lamp. And he kept on staring. Every day, he would come and stare at it. And then it got so consuming to him that he like was missing work, he was neglecting the kids, his wife. He would just sit in the living room and just stare at this lamp. His whole marriage fell apart because he was obsessed with this lamp. And his wife left him with the kids.
Oh no.
And then he finally one day was like went over to this lamp, and he's like, this lamp's not real. And all of a sudden the lamp started to glow. And then all of a sudden he like got super cold, and it like turned into like a portal, sucked him through, and he woke up
on the concrete
in front of the college.
No.
He lived 10 years
No.
in this reality, this false reality, because
Oh my
he got
gosh.
knocked unconscious. He just like suffered with depression. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I
because
miss
his
my
wife and
family,
kids don't
yeah.
exist.
Oh my gosh.
And so, but he said every night he would have a dream of his 5-year-old son, and like would have conversations with them, but those people didn't exist.
So he lived like a whole fake life in a coma until he got woken up by the lamp?
I love lamp. Do you really love the lamp, or are you just saying it because you saw it?
I love lamp. I love lamp.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.